Lights, camera, action. The 10th anniversary of the Portland Film Festival kicks off this week.
Yeah, and you can see more than 400 films covering all kinds of themes and featuring several local filmmakers. Joining us live on the couch is the founder and executive director, Josh Lee. Good morning.
Morning.
Glad you're here.
Thanks for joining
how
us.
exciting to be able to get this kind of back in the work of things. We were talking a little bit before about kind of coming out of the pandemic era with this festival. So how is it going to look different this year compared to maybe last year?
Well, last year everything was online. So, and this year you can actually see people. And we actually have celebrities coming out to Portland. So it's kind of it's definitely different. You're going to be able to go and sit in the nice air conditioning. You know, it's going to be hot this weekend, I hear from you guys. What a great way to spend some time in the air conditioning watching some movies.
Right?
Yeah.
It's still some very good movie watching weather. Yeah, really putting the festival back in Film Festival. They get to bring everybody together. Let's talk about this year's films. Tell us about some of your selections.
Well, there's so many films, in fact, 407 films in so many different genres. If you're a horror fan, mental health, we have our biggest collection this year of women directors and women's stories, which is great. One film that I find incredibly interesting, of course, you have here a film made by a Vancouver director, and super excited to play that, called Buffalo Soldiers, which kind of talks about the dichotomy of the black soldiers that fought for our country yet went home and had so many issues. You know, civil rights did not always exist in our country, and this is such a great documentary made by a local filmmaker, black director out of Vancouver. Super excited to screen this film. Definitely it's played a couple different locations, but it'll be nice to kind of have a homecoming of this film.
No doubt about
Very
it.
cool.
With such a big story behind that as well. You also have special guests coming in. It's one of the nice things about being back in person, like you were mentioning. You know, you have these special guests, these celebrities that are coming in. Who can people expect?
Well, today we have Jesse Metcalf, which you might know him from John Tucker Must Die. He's also been on, he's been on a couple soaps. And we also have Taryn Manning, who I love. She's such a great actress. She was, of course, Orange is the New Black, and I'm a Britney Spears fan. She was in Crossroads with Britney Spears.
Oh, that's right.
So a couple different movies, and we've got people coming all for the next 13 days, I believe, from October 11th today until the 23rd. In fact, if you have free time today, we encourage you to come on out to the festival, which of course is headquartered at the Lloyd Center, and we're having free sparkling wine, and you'll get a chance to meet some of those celebrities and hang out and look at all the different movies that are playing this week.
And so if you were on the fence, you can also get some free bubbles out of the deal.
Right,
so.
there you go.
Nothing wrong with free bubbles.
No,
That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, I think one of the things that we kind of learned in all of the pandemic pivots over the last couple of years was the fact that we can do a lot of this online, and you do still kind of have that hybrid element this year.
Yeah, my mom is in a wheelchair, and it's really hard for her to get to the movie theater sometimes. And one thing that we collaborated with Comcast with about a couple years ago was that if you have Comcast Internet or Comcast TV, you can use your Xfinity or X1 Flex remote, and you can simply say Portland Film Festival, and you get a selection of films for free.
Oh, very
which
cool.
is awesome, because that's about 38 million people in the United States that can look at our films. And some of those films are from Portland. As well, we have our own website, which of course is portlandfilm.org, and you can watch a selection of films there. Now, you'll have to remember, not all films are on the Comcast network, not all films are on our website, but everything is in person at the Lloyd Center.
That's
really
great.
neat, really neat.
Great.
It is still nice to have that hybrid option, though, for a variety of reasons. If you're not able to make it out there, if you're maybe on the other side of the country, you can still check it out. It's really nice.
If you work a different schedule, if you got to go bed at 7, it's better to watch a movie at home, I think, than going out.
That's so nice that you would think of us with our ridiculous work week. Can't always go to the movies on a weeknight. But
that's true.
I'm looking at our notes here. I know we've got some previews from Elemental, from Grandma's Roses, from Live Out Loud. Any of those films you want to touch on?
Well, we actually have a film with Kevin Bacon, and he plays a weatherman.
Nice.
Oh, really?
There's so many films. We got a film from Moby if you like music. There's just so many different films that you can see. Another one I think that's pretty important, there's a film called Addicted to Life, which is about a woman athlete that used to be sponsored by a company over in Beaverton. And she became deathly ill, and through the assisted suicide law, moved to Oregon, and this story is about end of life.
Wow.
It's very inspiring, although it talks about a really rough subject. So you know, if you're interested in learning about that, it's called Addicted to Life. And it's such an interesting dichotomy to have someone that is at the top of their game, but dealing with issues, you know, which we've all kind of dealt with in the pandemic. So
Sure.
it's kind of a great thing, I think, and it's positive. It's not something you're gonna leave depressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So although we have depressing films too, we
Yeah.
have the selection of
Yeah.
emotions at this
You
year's
run the
festival.
gamut. You run
Honestly,
the
I just,
gamut.
yeah, I love the messaging behind a lot of these films. You guys work so carefully to curate just a really cool collection. So excited to check it out this year. Josh, thanks
Thanks.
for coming in. Great to talk with you.
Yeah. As you, I hope to see you at the movies.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
We can't
Absolutely.
wait. So if you want to check out the Portland Film Festival this year, it opens tonight at 5 o'clock at the Lloyd Center Mall. Films start tomorrow. The festival runs through the 23rd. For tickets to check out some of the films from home and to see the full lineup, we'll put a link in the AM Extra section of coin.com.